So in this video, we're going to be talking about the biggest challenges in med school. So med school is a very rough journey. You encounter a lot of problems, a lot of challenges, a lot of beefs, a lot of wahala, a lot of problemas. Basically, there's a lot of things to encounter. That is why when doctors go from first year all the way to sixth year, they are equipped to solve problems very easily because they had encountered a lot of these problems while they were students, and they can now solve these problems in real life. So I have a personal story to share about the challenges in med school, because when I first started, it was very tough for me. A lot of things made me want to quit, but you know, I'm still here today, so obviously I didn't. So but there are a lot of problems that you face in med school. Okay, I'm using the word problems too much, but okay, basically there are a lot of challenges that you face in med school that we're going to be breaking them down in this video, and also giving you maybe tips on how you can get rid of these problems, to solve these problems, or even ignore these problems, because sometimes ignoring problems in med school is like solving them. Some people might disagree, but that's what I think. So the biggest challenge that medical students face, especially the new ones, is medical terminology. Oh my god. For example, when I started out in first year, I didn't understand anything about what they were talking about in anatomy or physiology and all those courses. I was lost. It was very tough because the terminology that is used for medicine, like we already said in our other videos, is Latin. Like you have to learn Latin in order to understand medical terminology. Of course, they don't call things like bones, they call them osseous. So it's actually a very big problem if you are studying and you're not understanding most of what you are studying, because it's written in Latin, it's written in medical terminology. But as time went by, I put some effort and I studied a little bit of Latin, and I was able to understand medical terminology. And now, even though I don't go through a text very explicitly, I'm able to understand most of what I read because I know this medical terminology. It will take you time to understand. You can't study it in first year, maybe around second and third year, you might get more comfortable, you might get more exposed to this terminology, and you would understand it better. So the biggest problem you are going to face, and I know this for every medical student, is the Latin medical terminology.
Workload. Guys, if you've ever faced a ton of work, or you've experienced having enough work on your hands, when you come to med school, you have to multiply what you already had by 30. What do I mean? There's going to be tons and tons and tons of work. You're going to have assignments to assignments, projects upon projects.
Are these all the books I really need to become a doctor?
No, these are the books needed for the first week.
Motivation and burnout can be one of the biggest challenges. Many a times you wonder, your friends are getting married, you can't go to certain events, and it's like, gosh, life is just passing you by. Sometimes, real talk guys, you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, why do I want to be a doctor? You see, you've not seen your friends and family in so long, the work is just endless, and you're just thinking, what am I doing here? You see, failure can be one of the biggest demotivators in medicine. But then one thing I've realized here is that you're the one person that can drive you. You have to leave those past mistakes behind and keep moving forward.
Alright, so the biggest problem you're going to face, I already said there's the biggest problem. So one of the problems you're going to face in med school, which is actually very big, is time management. So how you manage your time when you were in high school or any other place is completely very different from how you will have to manage your time to survive in med school. Because when we came here, we used to have 8 hours of classes every day, and then you would have to study for every class. And if you have 4 classes every day and you have to study for every class in one night, it was rigorous. It wasn't easy for any. So if managing your time can actually save you, because this is a very big challenge, because you find out that you don't have time for yourself, you don't have time to cook, you don't have time to watch movies anymore, you don't have time to do the things that you love to do, and your life is just hell. You would want to quit because you're so stressed that you don't have time for anything. Like, how do I say this, stress it out to you, like you don't have time. So if managing your time can actually save you, because this is a very big challenge, because you find out that you don't have time for yourself, you don't have time to cook, you don't have time to watch movies anymore, you don't have time to do the things that you love to do, and your life is just hell. You would want to quit because you're so stressed. But it's very important to understand that it's not a do or die affair, that even if you're not a doctor, you're going to be something else in your life. So you shouldn't take your whole life, give about 92% of your life to medicine just because you're studying medicine. Because if we tried it before, you see, we got old. I was young when I came here, and now I have beards. Look, I'm old. Alright, so a very important tip to help manage your time is to do most of your work on the weekends, so that you wouldn't be stuffed with a lot of schoolwork during the week. So if you don't get over this challenge, you're never gonna be a doctor. This challenge is hospitalphobia. That is fear of the hospital, or fear of being in the hospital. So if you are that type of person that said, I hate hospital environments, I don't like how the hospital smells, I don't like being around the hospital, then you can't be a doctor. Have you ever heard about a doctor that doesn't love the hospital or hates the hospital? So hospitalphobia is basically you not wanting to be around sick people, you not wanting to be around people that are suffering, and not wanting to see people suffering and all. You're gonna see a lot of things that will let's say, I'm not gonna say disgusting in the hospital, and you're gonna have to put up with that because you are a doctor. You're gonna have to take care of very ill people. You're gonna have to stand smells that are stomach turning. You're gonna have to do a lot of things. Another hospitalphobia that people have, another part of it is fearing blood, because some people faint at the sight of blood. It's a very common occurrence, because I can remember I felt faint myself the first time I saw a surgery when there was a lot of blood on the table and the tissues were being cut and everything. We even had some of my classmates faint right in the operation room and had to be taken out and stuff like that, because it's not easy to see these things for the first time. But if you are that type of person that can't stand stuff like this, then you probably shouldn't be a doctor, because being a doctor is all about the hospital.
Relationship issues. This right here is one of the biggest, I can say it's one of the biggest issues in med school. Why do I say so? It can lead to mental health issues, depression, and so on. What I'm talking about is things like heartbreak, breakup. These things can mentally mess with your head, and it can make you stop doing things that are actually productive and make you focus not on your studies but on those situations. And the thing is, the people you have in your circle, they are also very important. I'm not saying now that those people make you do the things that you don't want to do, because at the end of the day, everybody is responsible for their own decisions, but then they play a role. The thing on this life is that the people you hang out with, they have a rub-off effect on you, and if you don't keep those things in check and you don't keep your emotions in check, it can wreck you in med school.
But Amarachi, you are single. Why did you?
That's not the point.
Have you ever had a breakup? Alright, so this one will get you guys. It will get you. Medical students are always broke. Alright, I don't know how this happens, but because most of the time you don't have time to do the cooking and you are spending a lot of your money going out to eat in restaurants, doing a lot of other things. I don't know how it happens, but you're always broke. And if you want to know how to manage your finances, we made a video about how much I spent in 2021 as a medical student, and the link is going to be in the description below if you want to check the video out. Alright, but basically, right, just be prepared to be broke. No matter how much you get a month, no matter how much you spend, you're still gonna end up broke. Alright, so basically we have said a lot of useless things in this video now, and of course we had to upload a video. That's why we made this video this week. And alright, so basically comment if you are a medical student, if any other challenges that you're having as a medical student, so that we can learn from that. And if you are an aspiring medical student, you want to get into med school, you still comment below if you have any questions on how to solve these challenges. And then see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Please don't watch my video without liking it. Okay, that was not an order, that was not a demand, that was a request. Yes, that is the word. I requested, please like and subscrire, please.
Please like and subscribe, and don't mind him. These things are not useless, they are actually essential. Please guys, listen to it.
Don't listen to Amarachi, she's single.